Metal Rules have recently conducted an interview with former Judas Priest drummer Binks. An excerpt is as follows. Metal Rules asks if Judas Priest will someday be elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and would Les like to attend that event? Binks responds with, "Well, that's an interesting question, because when I was speaking with KK, the whole subject was coming up because Priest had been nominated for that. And KK said to me, 'I know that this involves you as well, so you would be. So I know that this is the situation.' But of course, they didn't get it, and it went to some other band. Oh, Bon Jovi, I think it was. And so Judas Priest will probably get nominated yet again. But whether they actually are chosen, that's another thing. But I think if they're not chosen this time around, it's going to be too late because, Glenn's health is not the best. We'd have to involve him. But the other thing, of course, is the 50th anniversary tour next year. Now, it's rumored. They were suggesting that they were going to involve former members of the band, but I do not see how they could possibly do a 50th anniversary tour that didn't have KK Downing on stage. He was such a big part of the band throughout its entire career. Metal Rules then asks if the situation has been made more difficult due to KK's statements recently. Binks responds with, "Well, I understand what you're saying, but when I met up with KK, it sort of altered my impression of him because I thought he was actually quite more accommodating and easygoing, and it was a pleasure to be in his company. And I understand exactly his attitude about the relationship with Glenn, and Glenn is the dominant character in that setup. And how frustrating that must have been for KK, because he had to put up with that for many years. But I also know one thing. I got on fine with Glenn. I like Glenn. I like them all, and I always thought they were nice guys. So I feel that the band as a unit on what they achieved and throughout the entirety of their career right up until now. The last album, the Firepower album, did really well, so I think as a unit and as an entity, it's bigger than any one of them. Do you know what I mean? Even Rob's career, when he went solo, it didn't exactly hit the heights of success that he would have liked. You can read the interview in its entirety over at Metal Rules. A link is in the description. As previously stated, Downing, Binks, and Tim Ripper Owens, who was one of the ex-Judas Priest singers, will team up in a band to perform a full-length set of Judas Priest classics, along with Megadeth bassist David Ellefson, on November 3rd in the United Kingdom. Joining them on the other guitar will be AJ Mills of Hostel, a British metal band whose 2 albums, Eve of Destruction and The New World Disorder, were both produced by KK Downing himself. Subscribe for more daily rock and metal news.